Hello, this is Jen Francis. I'll be your instructor for the online portion of this course. The first thing that you're going to need to do to access the online portion of this course is to go to blackboard.smccme.edu. Once you're there, it will give you prompts for generating your username and password, and you're going to want to log into the course. That will bring you to this page right here. If you're taking more than one online course, you'll see a list of all the online courses you're taking right here. For us, let's click on Medical Nutrition Therapy. This is the welcome page for the Medical Nutrition Therapy class. Down at the bottom here, you're going to see several helpful links to make your way through the course. The first is, of course, the syllabus. If you click on this, you can download the syllabus and read it or print it out. I strongly recommend that you read that carefully. It will show you how much each part of the course is worth, what the course policies are, contact information for Deb and myself. That's a very useful information to have. Please read it carefully. The second link is Helpful Student Resources. We'll click on that, and what you have here is a couple different phone numbers that you might need if you need help throughout the course of the semester. The first is information for myself, contact information for me. The fastest way to get your questions answered from me is my phone number here. I don't mind if you call, even on the weekends, in the evening, in the morning, whenever, it's fine. Just don't call in the middle of the night. You can also text me at that number. I always have my phone with me, so I'm always going to be able to take your call right away. On the other hand, if you want to email me using the course email, you can do that. It just may take me a little bit longer to get to your question. For example, I often don't check my email on the weekend. If for some reason you want to email me but you can't log on to the course, you may use my campus email address, but again, that's probably the worst way to get a hold of me. Sometimes those emails get overlooked or deleted by accident. So the best way to email me is to use the course email. The best way to get your questions answered quickly is to call or text me using this number right here. If you have trouble with Blackboard, here's the number and email address for the IT department. They can help you with technical problems with Blackboard. If you have a minor computer question, like how do I make an attachment to an email or something like that, I can usually help with those. But if it's something more involved, like you're clicking on something and getting an error message, you may want to call the help desk and have the experts help you. Okay, back to the welcome page. Underneath the syllabus and helpful student resources, you're going to find this week's work. Let's click on that. You can click on this link every Monday. I usually try and have it updated by noon each Monday, and it will tell you everything that you need to do for this week. So let's do a quick overview of what you're going to have each week. Each week you're going to be covering a lesson in class with Deb. You'll be doing the homework for that lesson online with me, and you'll also be studying medical terminology online with me. On weeks when there's homework, and it's not every week, we have 10 homeworks over the course of the semester, so it's most weeks, but not every week. When we have homework due, it'll be due on the Monday before class. This is because Deb and I want to make sure that you've come into class already having read the chapter, already have thought about the content of that chapter, and ready to discuss and learn. Included with each homework will be a case study that you'll be reviewing in class, and a quick check-in for medical terminology. Again, homeworks are due Monday before class. If you're late and you turn in your homework on Tuesday, you can get half credit. If you don't get it in by then, I do not accept homework after midnight on Tuesday. That's because I post the answer keys, and I don't accept homework after the answer keys are posted. Okay, for the medical terminology portion of the class, you have your textbook, Quick and Easy Medical Terminology, and each week there are lessons with practice exercises in the text. You are responsible for doing those exercises in the text on your own. You do not need to turn them in to me. Each week there will be a practice test available for you. This is to make sure that you're keeping up with the material as you go along. Like I said, there will be check-ins on the homeworks, but it's not very thorough. You are responsible for making sure that you have thoroughly covered that chapter. Take those practice tests to make sure that you're staying on track. There are 4 graded medical terminology quizzes throughout the course of the semester. They will become available on Monday morning of the week that they're due and will be available to midnight on the following Sunday. So on the week when there is a graded medical terminology quiz, you'll have that whole week to take it whenever is convenient for you. Okay, so each week I'll list here what's due this week. For week 1, there's no homework due. Instead, we ask you to do the Blackboard or student orientation, which I'll cover in a moment, and an introduction discussion, just to kind of give me an idea of who you are, why you're taking the class, etc. Okay? You're going to begin your medical terminology studies, study chapter 1 and take the practice quiz. Then, and this is very important, you're going to want to look ahead to next week and read chapter 17, because the chapter 17 homework will be due next Monday. If you wait till next Monday to look at the week ahead, you're going to have homework due that day, which is a little alarming for most students. So you're going to want to look ahead and make sure that you know what's coming up. Okay? If you ever have questions about what's due, don't hesitate to call me. Okay? So under the This Week's Work link, you'll see what's due each week, but also then a link to that has links to all of those things that I said that were due. So for example, I said this week instead of a homework, we're going to have a class introduction and the Blackboard student orientation. So you can click on these links to get those 2 assignments done. Neither of these are graded. It's the first week of class. We're taking it easy on you. And then you are responsible for chapter 1, and here's your practice test for chapter 1. It's not graded. You can take it as many times as you like for studying purposes. And that's week 1. From there, you would want to look ahead to next week to see what's due the following week. So let's go back to that welcome page. And down here, course content is where you can see a list of every week. So here's week 1, which we just covered. Once you're done with week 1, class is completed, you're all set with that, you're going to want to look ahead to the following week to see what will be due then. Here's week 2, and this week is a little more typical because there's homework due. We're covering chapter 17, and here's where you can find a PowerPoint presentation for that chapter. The homework. There's a math practice video homework if you need help calculating these different calculations. And then the next chapter of medical terminology. So to review, what you're going to want to do is click on This Week's Work each Monday morning, see what's due. Here's the links for everything that's due. When you're done with week 1, move on to week 2 and just keep moving along. Always remember homeworks are due on Monday, so you got to get on those right away. From here, you can click on My Grades. Oh, since I'm an instructor, they don't give me grades, but if you want to keep up with your grades, read comments on the homework that I grade, this is where you would find it, under the My Grades link. Okay, at the very bottom, you're going to see a practice for the final exam. That's for medical terminology. You will have a in-class written final exam on medical terminology, and this link here is for you at the end of the semester to practice for that. Okay, so that's our course. The most important thing is to realize that even if you are taking this class online, you're not alone. I'm here to help you for all of your online questions. I'm always happy to help students. I really want everybody to do well. So if ever there's anything that's not clear, just give me a call and I'll help you out. Good luck and study hard.